This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 2. When pride cometh, then cometh shame, but with the lowly is wisdom. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the name who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai is his son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Ruach Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, Ruel, and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation Israel on earth today. And salutation to the Akim out there pushing this truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life to do so for Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai's sake. I'm Brother Samak from the GMS Miami camp. And yes, the reason why I brought out the book of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 2, is there's more reports, all right, there's more articles being written on the U.S. servicemen's injuries during the attack by Iran that happened in January, where you're having now, I believe the number is 110 U.S. servicemen that received traumatic brain injury, or short for TBI. And of course, Donald Trump and his followers, in their pride and their pump, all right, are downplaying this. First, Donald Trump said there was no injuries. Then he said, oh, just headaches, nothing to worry about. But guess what? The numbers have been increasing. And now we got 110. And this goes to show you that pride of Donald Trump and people like Donald Trump. It's the pride of you Edomites. And now you're looking shameful. And now you're looking pathetic. And it goes to show you that the Iranians did punch you in the nose and you got your ass handed to you. And I guarantee, of course they're not going to report it, that there was casualties. All right? Because if they can lie about this, you know they were lying about casualties. So let's get into this video, because even this lawyer from Texas had to literally, tell Donald Trump and people that think like Donald Trump that traumatic brain injury is serious. And these are just many of the indicators that you Americans, specifically you military, you're going down. You're not going to win the next war. All right? You can't even handle the Iranians. Yeah, you can't even handle the Taliban and Al Qaeda. And then you think you can bang against Russia and China. You out of your fucking minds. But it's beautiful. It goes to show you that pride and shame's coming to you motherfuckers. All right? We're living in the last days. You will lose this last war. So let's play this video.
Recently, Iran launched a retaliatory rocket attack on one of our bases in Iraq. In an effort to downplay the seriousness of it, our president indicated there were no injuries in the attack. However, we quickly learned that up to 34 people had suffered a traumatic brain injury, and many had actually been flown out of the area for treatment.
I heard that they had headaches and a couple of other things, but I would say, and I can report, it is not very serious.
There you go. That's that pride, man. And now you're looking shameful, Donald Trump. All right? Listen, let's get another scripture real quickly. Proverbs 29 and 23. Man's pride shall bring him low, but honor shall uphold the humble in spirit right. And clearly, Donald Trump, you Edomites, all right, your pride's being brought down. That's why you haven't won a war. And God knows how long, man. When's the last time you won a war? World War II? Huh? And your pride's being brought low. Because, we're living the last days. And you Edomites, man, you got to now be judged for all your wickedness. All right? And the Lord's going to make sure that your military, your U.S. servicemen, fight in this Third World War. And you will lose. All right? because the Lord hates pride. Let's go this hates pride. Pride. Let's see. Proverbs 8 and 13. The fear of the Lord is to hate evil, pride and arrogance, and the evil way and the forward mouth do I hate. Right. You see that? Proverbs 8 and 13. Let me read that again. The fear of the Lord is to hate evil. Right. And it clearly, you Edomites, you don't fear the Lord. All right. You say the Lord don't exist. You talk about evolution. All right. The Big Bang Theory. All right. You don't fear the Lord. Then if you do talk about the Bible, you say the God of the Bible is all love, love, love. All right? You don't fear the Lord at all. All right? Then you have this Caucasian dog, all right, named Jesus, which that's not his name, to represent the gods of the Bible, the God of Israel's son. All right? So you clearly don't fear the Lord. That's why you're in your pride and your arrogance, all right, and you're evil. And you have a froward mouth. Let's look up that word froward. Because that's Donald Trump. That's his tongue. All right, but it's good, man. It's good that this devil's in office, man. Because, all right, he represents you Edomites. Perverse thing. There you go. Perverse. Fraud. Yeah, that's Donald Trump. A big fraudster. All right? Perverse. Foolishness. You know, the things that he says, man. And he's making you Americans look stupid, which is good because you are a bunch of idiots. You and your pride and your pump.
Additional follow-ups, the president has indicated that he will not change his mind about the seriousness of our soldiers' brain injuries. I wanted to take this opportunity to really inform you about brain injury, how serious it can be despite politically convenient statements to the contrary. Many of the studies I have read indicate that when trauma results in a change in mentation or in consciousness for up to 30 minutes, that while many of the injured persons will regain cognitive functioning without significant deficits after a recovery period, a significant minority, sometimes called the miserable minority, will have cognitive problems reaching many years into the future. Studies indicate that between 15 and 30% of traumatic brain injury victims that have only suffered what is generally known as a mild injury will have these long-lasting problems: dizziness, headaches, inability to multitask, changes in temperament, lack of focus and drive.
So there you have it, man. You're going to have a bunch of Aaron Hernandezes, okay, from these soldiers. All right? Traumatic brain injury is no joke, man. These football players get it all the time. And this goes to show you that, you know, America, you got a lot on your plate, man. You got a lot on your plate. You're engaged. You're involved in too many things, and that's why you're gonna be brought low. All right, your pride is gonna be brought low. 2 Esdras 8 and 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in their latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. Right, many miseries are coming. All right, to you Americans, man, to your soldiers. All right, you are going to fight in the final war, and a lot of your soldiers are going to die in the battle. All right, these are the miseries. Isaiah chapter 3, I believe it's Isaiah chapter 3, verse 25. Thy men shall fall by the sword, and they're mighty in the war. Right, and that what's war is coming up? World War III. All right, I got another article right here. You're going to be fighting the Russians, and the Russians are going to spank you, Americans. America and Russia have enormous nuclear arsenals. Oh, by the way, did you forget? Doomsday clock is now 100 seconds, less than 2 minutes. Okay? From what they're saying, the apocalypse. All right? Which apocalypse just means revealing. The revealing of what? The revealing of the end of your kingdom, Esau, Edom, so-called white people. So why do both nations feel at risk? Even the 2018 Nuclear Posture Review has not done enough in recommending programs to correct the enormous disparity that now exists in non-strategic nuclear weapons. The U.S. mainstream view of Russia has changed quite a bit in the last 20 years. particularly in the last 5. And that proves that we're living in the last day. The Lord is speeding it up. He's making sure that these nations go head to head against each other, lock horns. 5 years. We have moved from the fantasy that there was no threat from Russia. After the demise of the Soviet Union, there goes that pride. There goes that pride again, America. That's why great miseries is coming. That's why you're looking shameful right now. Iranians spanking you. Taliban is fucking you up. You're trying to do a peace deal. That shit ain't working. And then you think you can do all you can against Russia by creating this propaganda, which the average American don't even watch the news. They don't even want to watch the news. But you think you're going to win the next war. You're out of your damn mind. Your soldiers are going to die in the battle, in the war. It goes on and says, we have moved from the fantasy that there was no threat from Russia after the demise of the Soviet Union to recognition of a serious Russian threat to the U.S. and its allies, including a nuclear threat in the last 2 years of the Obama administration and the Trump administration, right? Hence the reason why both nations pulled out of the INF Treaty, because they know they're going to go and get ready for nuclear war. It's inevitable. However, categorizing the relationship between the U.S. and Russia as competition, as it now appears in U.S. government documents, does not go far enough. Right, because they're calling it peer competition. America can no longer say that they outgun and outrange, Russia. In fact, they're saying they're outgunned and outranged by Russia and China. I did our video on that. As it now appears in U.S. government documents, does not go far enough. Lockheed and Boeing compete. Lockheed and Boeing, what are they? Defense contractors. Defense industries. All right? They're the ones that make the weapons for your soldiers to use. Russia threatens preemptive nuclear strike. Right. So that's what Russia's threatening, and they are. Because they see what you're doing on their borders with NATO. All right? They see what you're doing in Ukraine. You think the Russians don't see all this? It is unilaterally trying to create a sphere of influence in Eastern Europe and the former Soviet states in the classic 19th century sense while building the largest nuclear arsenal in the world, right? You got Russia. They've been testing so many nukes, man. You can't even keep up. All right? You even got supersonic nukes like Avangard that could spank America. There's no competition here, but a rather serious threat from Russia. Right. Russia's a serious threat. And that's why, your soldiers are going to lose because your pride and your pump, people like Donald Trump, instead of just calling it quits and say, hey, let's regroup, reorganize, let's try to be diplomatic. No, Donald Trump is going full head. All right. He's building more nukes. He's pissing off the Russians. And the Russians see it. This whole notion that Donald Trump is working with the Russians, that's all smoke and mirrors. They're literally adversaries against each other. And that's why the Medes are going to blow this place up. And your soldiers can't stomach another war. They can't even stomach this war, this traumatic brain injury. It's over, America. You're finished. That's why I be telling you Edomites, man. Just, live it up, man. Swipe the credit cards, go work on Wall Street. Because your days are numbered, man. This is it. This is it. And if you don't like America, well, then you're a two-time loser. You should have been getting this money, B. Should have been getting this money. Anyway, this is the description. This is a scripture describing how the Medes, which are the Russians, the modern-day Russians, are going to destroy you Americans. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Right, and the Russians are nationalists. They don't give a damn about your wealth, America. All right, them Russians are itching to destroy you off the map. 18, because the Lord's putting a spirit in them to do it. Okay, their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. Right. So, many miseries are coming. to you Americans because you walk in great pride. All right? Instead of being shamefaced, all right, you want to keep your head up to the clouds like your shit don't stink. Okay, well, the Lord got something for you, man. These Russians are going to break that pride of you, break that spirit of your pride. Excuse me. 18. Their bulls also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. Right. And these Russians don't give a damn, man. You got to start watching some of these Russian military training on YouTube, man. These Russians are ruthless. They don't give a fuck. They don't care about little Tommy, little Johnny. All right? Their spirit is war. 19. And Babylon, the glory kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees, ecstasy shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. Right. And this proves, this is talking about a future, this is a future prophecy, talking about a future Babylon, which is America. Babylon, the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. Because ancient Babylon wasn't overthrown like Sodom and Gomorrah. All right? So this is obviously talking about nuclear missiles hitting America. All right? Period. So Lord willing is edifying, hey, America, all right? Your pride's being broken, all right? Because you don't want to take heed that you're losing. So the Lord's going to break your pride by warfare. And he's doing it. All right? And your military men don't even got the stomach. That's why there's a high suicide rate. All right? That's why there's a high suicide rate among your active duty military members in all branches of the United States military. So come on, man. That pride is now being broken because you thought your shit didn't stink. Well, now it does. So that shame is coming, all right? And the Lord's going to bring you down, and the Russians, he's going to use the Russians to do it. And with that, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Mukakodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, Ruel, and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And citation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life to do so for Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai's sake. Love you, brothers. Keep it door. Keep the faith. As you can see, this place is through. America's on its way out. It's finished. It's done. And with that, shalom, and of course, a Bible ball. Shalom.